fucking Monday. Girl got me drunk, so it's just like Tuesday. I done lost my mind. I done lost my mind, my mind. I done lost my mind, and I lost my mind, and I lost my mind. Mr. Mine, always ringing on time to time, and I don't know I'm going on my grind to grind, and then I don't got the mind to handle all these lines, but I will never stop, cause I'm aiming for the top, and I will not lose, I will not die, I will not cry, I will survive, I'm on my game, I'm on my swag, about to get in the money in the bag. Everybody wanna see how I got the swag. Hey, go. What's up, static? What's up, lightning? This is why when I get bored, I start freestyling. I always seem to. I feel like it's almost like that's kind of getting annoying. Oh, you mean the whole me doing these random bullshit ass freestyles at the beginning of the video, or lightning motherfucker? Oh. Hey, it's fine, static. It's kind of just a habit. That's all right. Hope everybody's well though. Hope everybody's doing all right. I'm this fine Sunday evening. What else? Right, don't get defensive. He's fine. That noise I'm making. Oh, when I do the singing, or are you talking about like, or when I do the thing where I like bite my teeth? Oh, you mean when I do the home? It's probably when I'm biting my teeth, is what I'm guessing. I mean, listen, this is a free space. If he wants to voice his opinions, that's cool. What's up, Type Sad? What's up, Android? What's up, Red Dragon? That man is fine to state his opinions. This is not um, a place where we block comments or any of that dumb shit. All right. If you can't be honest on fucking YouTube, then there's a problem. This is like one of the easiest places to be honest. Motherfuckers said everything under the sun. If you can't state your opinion here, there's a problem. So that's fine. I mean, as long as you got it. I don't have the X factor. Damn, clocked it. Hit me with that fucking reality, man. I don't even like Simon Cowell. He's a bitch ass motherfucker. But what's up? Clocked it. Clocked is like the only. Well, I won't say the only. I think Clocked It and Retro and are the two most consistent Juices Loose members who show up. Although Robert has shown up somewhat frequently, and then occasionally we'll get Juice. I don't think I've ever seen T in one of these, or if he has, it's been a while. Terrell isn't Sony. He won't censor the people. By the way, I ran into a situation where censoring was actually better than censoring was actually better than the full version, and that was watching the Last of Us sex scene. If you go watch the Japanese version of the Last of Us sex scene, what do they do? I think it goes all the way up to the point where Owen takes his shirt off and then cuts to the black. So, thank God. What's up, Game Hunter? This man's stuffing fruit snacks in his mouth, and I haven't eaten yet. No one told you not to eat. Go get something to eat. This thing has a playback. You can go back and rewatch it. YouTube and free speech don't go together. It feels like the internet and free speech don't seem to go together in general nowadays. But I think that's the problem when something gets so. Hey, it's cool, Clocked. I appreciate you just showing up and showing the support anyway, bro. Japan saving people from eye cancer. Neil Druckmann is a troll for that scene. Yes, he is. Of course you stream when I'm about to go to work. I'm sorry, Julian. I'm sorry. I didn't know you worked on Sundays. I'm going to have to get a list of everybody's fucking work schedules and then plan around it. Well, my own work schedule got fucked up anyway. So it's not like I can. Luckily, weekends I'm still good on, but still. Maybe I'll just do more playbacks. I'm not sure. Anyways, so we don't really have a lot of genuine topics for today because realistically, not much has been going on. I mean, we got Min Min's reveal in Smash. We got Crash's new game mentioned. Pokemon announced a MOBA, which I have very little opinions on. The only thing I can really say about the MOBA is that thank God it wasn't a remake and they learned their fucking lesson, at least this year. That's literally all I can say about the MOBA situation. And then I think that was really all the things of note. I don't even think there was like I said this week. Oh, and then I guess we got Marvel Avengers footage, and I think we got Cyberpunk 2077 footage. You know, Timmy, I'm fully aware. I'm just letting you know. Isn't Japan fine anime ecchi though? Let's see, get those likes, people, and support your boy. Same thing goes for Clocked It, bro. Clocked It, you get less views than I do. I feel like you're the one who needs the more of the call outs of anything. So I always have your name in the description anyway. I have all the Juice and Loose peeps in there, but for the sake of doing some further promotion, because that's what we do, we try to support ourselves. Paste. Support your boy, Clocked It, and subscribe to the channel. That's what we do. We out here and we support. Also, that's the other thing. The World Ends With You anime. I'm fucking hyped as shit for that, dead ass. When I saw that announcement, I was like, let's go. Now, please don't let it be like the Persona 5 anime adaptation, because that shit was garbage. I'm not playing Hey You Pikachu. That's just not happening. What else? Do you think Pokemon Snap might have a special content like Pokemon Ranger? We'll see. Could, but we'll see. Can't say some. I'm just going to say, hey. What's up, Malik? Thanks for showing up, supporting your boy. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate yous. Because you good peoples, and we fuck with that. It's fucking... But actually, ironically enough, I think Clocked is making a lot of fucking good videos lately. Because one of the inspirations to what I kind of want to talk about is based off his newest video, Sony regrets building an unstable industry, which kind of gets into the argument. Do you think this kind of like movie style or movie quality games is the direction gaming should go in? Or a better question, do you think it's the direction Western gaming should go in? Because Western gaming seems to be leaning into that on top of a few big budget Japanese companies seem to be leaning into that Western style. I do want to, real quick, before I get into that, I do want to quickly mention this. You know why I'm mad? Yeah, we're gonna get it. So let's address the two fake ass fans groups for this week. First things first. One of the most aggravating things for me personally is to watch motherfuckers fake react to a game character who have like no knowledge of the series whatsoever. Essentially, certain Smash fans tend to do this where they react to a game franchise or a reveal of a character from a game franchise they know nothing about, but they still want to have the extra reaction. Now, as someone who played ARMS for a good bit of time, went through the effort and got all the ARMS for all the characters, including the DLC ones, the free DLC ones. The only thing I didn't get was all the photos. It frustrated me that motherfuckers were tripped out on this twin tail bullshit when the only reason why people were interested in twin tail was because she's thick. I hate the level of disrespect that came at my girl Min Min because she wasn't twin tail. And because of the state of the country, of course the assumption is, oh, you could have did it in support of Black Lives Matter. Or, oh, like how in the beginning, Springman is fighting Bite and Bark. So, of course, the first thing that throws out of people's heads is, oh, it must be a police protest thing. Stop throwing politics in my video games unless the game itself throws it out there. I don't want to hear about that shit, all right? It's fucking stupid. The second thing that frustrated me, and it's the same argument I made. The same argument I made before she was even announced. Twintel, character-wise, doesn't offer anything to make her unique as a fighter. Primarily due to the fact that her ability is essentially just a variation of Bayonetta's. That I could slow down time. And how would a fighter who fights with arms as the gimmick throw that in there? She would just have a counter. She would have a counter. It'd be just a variation of a counter, which is like Bayonetta's Witch Time. She's not, to me, listen, I don't have any hate on her as a character. I don't have any hate towards Min in her own, Twintel in her own right. But like as a game, like gameplay wise, she's boring as shit. In terms of Smash, not in terms of ARM, she's fine, but in terms of Smash, she didn't add anything. Min was more designed for like a full fighting game play out. And granted, I would have been down for like a one fighting style fits all characters thing too. But certain characters had different gimmicks that wouldn't work. Like having Twintel kick was not something she could do because that was Min's ability. Min was the only one who had a kick deflection tactic. Min Girl and Min Bear beat Twintel. You could argue that Min is the first Japanese character. Isn't that diversifying? Well, here's the other thing. I'm pretty sure Min's Chinese. I don't even think Min's arguably... Well, Min's design screams Chinese influence more than Japanese influence. But that's a personal thing. I might be wrong on that. But her whole theming to me always screamed Chinese instead of Japanese. Also, the main other reason why I was excited for Min to be in there is another girl, one. Two, I think it's like her and Lola Pop are like my two favorite mains in the game. And then thirdly, the fan arc has been beautiful. The one thing I will always appreciate about Smash character reveals, the fan art is on point. Also, if you're a fucking Dragon Ball Z fan, the little factoid about Captain Falcon's voice actor is kind of cool because he's the same voice as Vegeta. Low-key, I was like, yeah! I'm just waiting for Nintendo to put out that anime adaptation. And then we get a World Ends With You anime adaptation announcement like a couple of days ago, and I'm like, yeah! She's Japanese because she loves cup ramen. That's stereotyping, Lightning. How dare you? Even her theme, just to be fair, like Min's theme is Chinese influence. It's not Japanese influence. Once again, that could just be a guess. But I love her fucking. I'm just happy. I'm happy. My favorite girl of the main candidates, Min was always my favorite. Because she just had a fucking cute ass design. That's the first thing. Min has an adorable fucking design. But I do want to give some time because I think she comes out like Tuesday or something. I think she comes out on the 29th or the 30th. So it's either tomorrow or Tuesday. I forget which day. But I just like her, so she's probably going to be a main anyway. The World Ends With You doesn't deserve an anime. Why in the fuck would you say that? Story-wise, The World Ends With You is great. My problem is that every time we get video game adaptation animes, some of they're like hit or miss. Well, if The World Ends With You lends itself to another game. It's just that the problem is, as we kind of learn with the remaster on Switch, The World Ends With You 2 would have to be like a different kind of game in some way. The other thing I do want to mention real quick, because I find it interesting, is that I think they said, oh, fuck you, Atlas. Sorry. So I went on Nintendo Everything to check up on some news. What's up, Yusuf? I went on Nintendo Everything to check up on some fucking news, right? And I was going to look up something real quick. And what does Atlas put out? Atlas puts out Atlas shares Catherine full body streaming restrictions for Switch release. You can't share footage of the ending. What's up, Retro? Thanks for showing up, bro. What do you mean you can't show footage of the ending? Catherine has been out for years, and half of those endings are from the original game. The other thing is that Full Body has been out since what? January? It's been out for it's been like 5 months. And you telling me, I said hit or miss, guys. That means some of them are good, some of them are bad, all right? Calm your shit. What do you I hate Atlas, bro. They did this shit. I think they did this shit for Persona 5. They've done this shit for. I don't understand what the issue is sharing the footage of the ending, considering Catherine already has been out since the PS3 era. And then on top of everything else, Full Body's been out for like 5 months at least. And I'm like, bro, what do you mean you can't stream footage of the ending? Get the fuck out of here. Especially because most of the endings of the game are not touched. They're all original endings. I mean, a lot of them are from the old game, except for I think the true endings. Ren's endings are all new, obviously. And then I think the true ending for Catherine with a C and Catherine with a K are different. So fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. I was going to give some quick time to Crash 4 and its announcement. I mean, Grant, we already knew Crash was getting announced because of the leaks, but we finally got to see the game. I'm very surprised they felt the need to change Crash and Kogo's designs again. Although Dr. Cortex seems to have the same look. Where the hell is Gamatsu? I had Gamatsu up, motherfucker. And I'm probably not getting Pokemon Unite. MOBAs have never been an interesting genre for me. So Pokemon Unite doesn't do anything for me personally. But yeah, I don't. Atlas is stupid. Atlas opens their mouth about dumb shit. Oh, wow. Apparently this just came out early. I didn't even see this. They delayed Tales of Arise. So the Tales of Arise is not coming out in 2020. And I'm assuming it probably has something to do with COVID. Yeah. While COVID-19 has affected some aspects of development, we have done our best to adapt to see. So Tales of Arise isn't even coming out. Full Body adds a new character, which means Ring gets a bunch of new endings. And I think there's like some DLC with like Joker being a playable character. There's not like a lot of changes. And then the true endings are different for both Catherines. Catherine with a C gets a better ending, whereas I would argue Catherine with a K gets a worse true ending. And then Vincent has his own endings on top of that. So yeah, Tales of Arise is getting delayed, so it's probably going to be next year at some point. But yeah, real quick, I did want to talk about Crash for a second. Because I know the personal opinions I noticed were kind of weird on that game. I didn't think it looked bad by any means, but I think when we kind of talked about it on the Juices Loose Monday, I think there was a little bit more negativity about it than I think it deserved. Granted, like Crash is a series I've only beaten the first game of, so I don't have as deep of a love for it. But I still think personally that the game looked good overall, which is more what I can say than which is more than I can say about the fucking Avengers game. Well, Tales of Arise was only announced last year and then got delayed this year, so we probably won't see it until next year. Yeah, they didn't even say 2021. Yeah, I'm still interested to see the new Tales game. I'm just waiting for it. It's funny you say about time, considering literally, I think that's the name of the game. Isn't the name of Crash 4 About Time, if I remember correctly, or am I rephrasing that wrong? Also, for some reason, we got like a bunch of smaller titles announced, like fucking, I think Ease 8 or Ease 9, I forget which. Azure Strike Gunvault 3 got announced for Switch. A bunch of like visual and light novels. Like I think one of the Clannad ones did. There's a bunch of crazy shit. Yeah, it's funny. You go, it's about time, and Crash 4's name is It's About Time. I'm playing Pokemon competitively on Showdown. I won a couple matches. Nice. Congrats, Yusuf. I expect my mother's about to come interrupt me, so expect it, guys. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, she didn't. Anyways, and then I guess we can. I don't even know if I want to address the stupid ass Kingdom Hearts side game. Yeah, Z's 9. Okay, I didn't know which one it was. Savagery. Damn, Clock, dude, tell me how you really feel about Crash. Jesus Christ. I just want to give him a little shine because, I mean, realistically, it has been a while since we got in a main game. Also, I think it's been a while since we've gotten a game in general if we ignore the remakes. But also, Ghost of Tsushima has gone gold, so that game should release as per what is it, July? It's like July 19th or is it July 17th? I forget which. Yeah, you did it too quickly. But oh, that's right. Re Zero was another light novel. Anyways, oh, the other thing I wanted to mention is that I think we got some Last of Us 4 Last of Us 2 numbers. And let me just check because I don't remember what they were. I think it was like 4 million copies. I should just go on VG charts and be done with it. We need realistically. I want the Kingdom Hearts ports. If we're gonna have that conversation, retro, I want ports of the first of at least every game up until 3, or maybe 2.8. 2.8 and 3, fine, those might take development time. But we should have every other fucking like Kingdom Hearts game. It makes no sense while we're still waiting on that. That is absolutely insane. It's fucking dumb. Where is it? Damn, what the fuck? So, oh, didn't they have the number out? What was it? Yeah, it's 4 million. Yeah, 4 million copies in the first 3 days. There we go. Tencent didn't make Diablo immortal. Blizzard sold Diablo, sold to the devil. Sounds about right. Yet she didn't come in. Y'all are so way too excited to see my mother when I mention it. It's ridiculous. I am employed on The Last of Us 2, so I don't care what somebody. I, oh, I enjoy it. Now listen, there's nothing wrong with you enjoying it though. There's nothing wrong with you enjoying The Last of Us 2. I mean, obviously, it's another situation of you thought everyone was going to boycott the game, and then the game came out and everyone bought it. Ironically enough, it's like apparently Last of Us Part 2 is now the fastest selling first party PS4 exclusive. Now, as a PS4 exclusive, you're like, all right, cool. But bro, it's not that exciting when Animal Crossing literally did like what was it, like 11? It was like 11 million. So it's hard for me to be like, damn, look at that 4 million when Nintendo did like double that, more than double that in the same 3 days. But hey, let's see. The real question is how many millions of returns did The Last of Us 2 get? I mean, there were videos of people breaking fucking discs. I don't know if they got returns as much as they just said fuck it. I think they just fucking broke that bitch. Also, ironically enough, the UK sales are in. Just notice that. I think there's also NPD sales that were in. Apparently, The Last of Us 2 sale dropped 80% week on week, which isn't really saying a lot because Last of Us 2, I mean, when you sell like 4 million, like how much does that really mean? How much? Also, for some reason, Certain games kind of pop back up. Okay, I was wondering why I was seeing Bravely Second in layer all of a sudden. Apparently, that game got like a weird resurgence in the UK because it was on discount. Ring Fit is still up here. Animal Cross UK is fucking with Nintendo, and I'm like low key excited about it. I've been had a YouTube page. I've had that YouTube. It's probably if it's what I think it is. I've been had a YouTube page, Lightning. Um, but yeah. So we got, let's see, Last of Us is number one still, even though the sales dropped for obvious reasons. Bravely Second is number two, which is insane considering A, it's a 3DS game, and B, Bravely Second is not what I consider like a fucking a grass. What's the word I'm looking for? An evergreen title. So I'm surprised that people are that interested to go rebuy it. SpongeBob hit number three. Ring Fit is number four. Animal Crossing is number five. FIFA is number six, which is surprising because it's UK. So you imagine FIFA would always be top three. Mario Kart 8 is number seven. GTA 5 is number eight. Last of Us Remastered is number nine. And Minecraft is number 10. It's not The Last of Us. It's the mama of us. You savage, Zachary. All right. Peace. Clocked it. We'll talk probably tomorrow anyway. Some people are mixed on the story. On one hand, people like it. The other hand, they do not. I mean, we can. And then I think Bravely Second, Nate Square or somebody recently they mentioned that Bravely Default 2 is almost finished with development. So I imagine that's definitely a this year game. I just don't know where this year it's coming out. It's probably going to be a holiday game, which is a little concerning because notoriously some of these games don't do as well in the holidays. So we'll see what happens. Wait, Moha. I missed what the hell Moha said. It's retro. Let's see. The Last of Us 2 was an amazing game. Anyone saying otherwise has emotional attachment issues. Okay, so for someone, I mean, listen, Bravely Second is a fun game, but I'm saying realistically, I would view it as more of a niche title. That's all I'm saying, rapper. All right, so let's quickly talk about The Last of Us 2. So here's the situation. Last of Us 2, because I went and looked at the story because I didn't give a fuck about the gameplay. So to be fair to Last of Us 2, gameplay-wise, it does look like an improvement. But I think Juice said it in his video that it definitely, if you didn't care about the first one's gameplay, you're not going to care about this one's gameplay. Now, in comparison with the first one, the second one's gameplay is better. And when it comes to, but I know people's biggest issue with the game is the story. It's not that, how do I put this? It's not that The Last of Us 2 story is bad. It's that it was poorly put together. It's a story that once you figure out what they're trying to do, you're like, oh, I see what you're doing. But the issue really comes in with the reality that, well, why didn't you put it in this order? Like literally Last of Us 2 suffers because for some reason story events are put together in a way that fucking don't work at all. The Last of Us 2 story is like patchworked in a weird way. So, yeah, my jump button. I'm not going to go through specifics, but I am going to talk about some of the major story points of The Last of Us 2. So if you don't want to hear it, or you haven't played or beaten the game by now, which has been like, 2 weeks? Almost? I think it's been like 2 weeks now. I think. But if you haven't, just let me know. Because I want to talk about it, and it's been a few weeks, and I've warned you in advance, but I'm telling you again. So if you don't want to hear me talk about it, just mute the stream for a little while, and I'll do something like this when we're good to go. So I'll give it a couple seconds while I take a swig of this Powerade. Money days. Savage static. All right, so let's get into it. So if we go by the main premise of Last of Us is that I think the story starts. Abby's looking for Joel. Abby almost gets killed. Joe ends up being the one who saves him. Joe and Tommy go back to like this shelter place because Abby's thankful for the rescue. Then they end up learning their names. And she's like, "Oh, you're Joel," and fucks up his legs. And then I think you play as Ellie to go save him. You get there just in time to watch him get killed, essentially. He's been beating the shit out of him, but essentially, Ellie gets to be there for when he gets killed. Abby kills him, spares Tommy and Ellie. Ellie wants revenge. They chase Abby across the fucking country, killing all her friends. And then they have another run in. I think it's in like a movie theater or something. And then you play the game from Abby's perspective up to that point. Pretty much the game goes out of its way to make Abby seem like such a good character. Which is why I say the pacing was bad, because like realistically, you can't make me play with a villainous character and expect people to be like, man, she's so well written. Well, no. Realistically, what it seems like is that you wrote her after you had already decided she was going to be the villain. So essentially what you did is, oh, well, she has to be the one who kills Joel because she's essentially the drive for Ellie to be out here. But we want you to feel conflicted about them fighting. So we had to make Ellie come off as a complete dickhead and fucking Abby like one of the most likable girls you could possibly get. And then they fight again. Ellie loses because you play as Abby. And once again refuses to kill her or her girlfriend. I'm skipping a bunch of shit, by the way. I'm skipping like a bunch of like major shit for obvious reasons. And then there's like peace for a while, like a good while from what I understand. And then all of a sudden, Ellie gets the urge because I think Tommy comes over and he's like, we got to get this bitch. And so now they've gone back. Yeah, that's like that. And that's one of the main things I was going to mention. It's so weird. They make her go out of her way to make Abby seem like a good character, but she never like acknowledges Joel. Like, and it's almost stupid. And someone made a good comparison in one of the reviews and said, essentially, Abby's half of the game is The Last of Us 1 story-wise. And it's like, bro, it's like, why go out of your way to make Ellie come off as a piece of shit? Like, not only did you make her come off as a piece of shit, but you robbed her of everything. She literally lost everything by the end of the game. Even when she made the right decision. Yeah, she has PTSD. And it's like, why fuck this girl over to this degree? Especially considering her and Joel were also having their own like inner turmoil because she had a lot of frustration with him due to when she found out the truth of the situation from the first game. Like, there was so much drama going on. And it's like, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to fucking... Abby is like the perfect girl and Ellie ain't shit. And it's like, why? And see, and then of course, at the end of the game, she antagonizes Abby and then threatens the life and goes, we're fighting to the death. And then, so you force Abby into this fight. And then as she's about to kill her, she sees Joel and she puts her hand away from her neck and says, just go. So she loses her finger. She doesn't even get the revenge she threw away everything to get. And then can't play the fucking guitar anymore, by the way. And it's like, bro, why? What is the moral here? That revenge isn't the answer? It's a terrible way of handling it. And it's partially due to just how you pace things out. If you had started the first half of I actually think if you had swapped the positions of each half, where Abby's stuff was the beginning of the game, and then it led up to the Ellie stuff. Well, actually, you couldn't even do that because if they had you constantly switching back between the two characters, I think it would have been fine. And I think that would have been the core of the issue. If you had them switch back and forth so you could constantly, because think about it, in terms of gameplay time, think about it. Abby kills Joe pretty early into the game, like within the first few hours, right? You don't get the justification or like the understanding of Abby as a character until halfway through the fucking game. After you've already spent all this time as Ellie, who's fucking angry and traumatized and all this other shit, and then they meet face to face, and then it's like, now let's show you Abby's perspective. And it's like, bro, what? Even like the random small shit. Like, I think at some point in the game you kill a dog, and then I think you find out in Abby's story that the dog is Abby's, and it's like, what is this? What is this? Like, dead ass. Like, why are we doing this shit? Why are we in this position right now? And part of it's because it's like, let's make Ellie a piece of shit and cheater, and make Abby like this golden girl who did nothing wrong. And then I guess in like someone else said in the chat earlier, oh, anime rapper said, she doesn't like, there's no introspection. Man, people don't understand what introspection will do for a character. So it just frustrated it. It was frustrating. It was just poorly paced out. And like the story could have worked. You could have still killed Joel. My only issue with killing Joel is like how a lot of people said is like, if you played the first game, The Last of Us 2 is actually a worse game because of it. Like, if you had never played the first game, you could probably go into Last of Us 2 and mostly enjoy it. But if you played the first game, it's like Joel is way too fucking smart to get caught by some dumb shit like this. I think a choice like that makes you sense. So you feel with Ellie, but you also are familiar with her and not showing so different perspective, which corrupt that somehow. You kill Abby's dog. Yeah, like it's like the game goes out of its way to make it seem like Abby, like, and see, that's the problem. The game then comes off like the game. All right, so because here's the thing, it's like, oh, all this was intentional design, but the problem is when you start her character off killing the main character of the last game, it feels like everything else that involves her is like please don't be angry with Abby because she's lost things too, and she suffered too, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, but it doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel organic. It feels like you literally thought she needs to be the antagonist of the game, but we need you to feel bad about fighting her. Hence why they go through this extra level. That's why she gets half the game. In my opinion, she gets the wrong half. Giving her the second half of the game and then having me beat Ellie with her, it's like, yeah, you just wanted to prop her up on a fucking pedestal. Joe didn't know what Joe didn't know what think Henry and Sam. Joe was already sense of peace of time. Yeah, that's the argument. The argument is, oh, he's dulled, like his paranoia and skepticism has been dulled from from uh from being in peace. I think it was 4 years, I think is what it is. But it's also weird because you're talking about like this is a guy who went through like years and years of like paranoia and distrust, and like Joel was a grimy motherfucker. Like my issue isn't even him dying. My issue wasn't him dying. And granted, I'm not overly invested, but like my issue with Joel wasn't dying. It was the way he died. It makes me mad that she goes through all that and then at the very end of the game has a change of heart and she still got punished for it. So I'm like, at that point, it almost like if you're arguing, like the moral is supposed to be that revenge isn't the answer, in a world where morals don't matter, at least let her get some type of like if she shouldn't have lost both her, like she lost everything. So it almost felt like, what was the point? Damn, you savage, Barry. It frustrates me because it feels like she lost everything, but they still wanted to throw in the message of revenge isn't the answer. But like they don't have a conversation. I think that's the other thing that bothers me. There's barely any real interaction with Ellie or Abby. Like when they run into each other at the theater and she's like, I'm the cure. Like it's my fault, right? Like she goes through that, and Abby's response is, "You killed my friends. Like we gave you a chance to live, and you wasted it, right?" I think that's one of her lines. There need to be like a dynamic, like you'd be like, "And you killed my father." That's like, and like realistically, that's what it was. Like you took her father figure away from her. The man who threw away the potential future of the world for her. Like you can tell the whole premise behind her strained relationship with Joel, Ellie's strained relationship, is that although she's mad at him, that's some real shit. A man who was willing to let the world burn for the sake of a girl he considered his daughter. Like you may be angry with your father for that reason, but you can't tell me that that's not love. You don't feel a little happy that that's how much he values you. Like, and I feel like that's what Ellie was going through. I think part of her was happy, but it frustrates me that like there's so many things you could have done to fix that. So it ends up coming off as shock value. Killing Joel comes off as shock value when it should come off as like this is like like if Joel deserved better. So yeah, I just and this is from a game I haven't even played. I played neither of the games. I have no interest in playing either of the games because I didn't find the gameplay was never the shit I was overly interested in. But I've already rambled on too much about it, so we're gonna move on. We're just gonna move on. It's just a badly paced story. That's like the main problem with it. That shit is poorly paced. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know about saying angry lesbian, but she came off as like a crazy bitch. Which realistically, um, it's real. Like I said, the whole game's goal is to make Abby seem like the better person. But once again, it doesn't feel genuine, so it takes away. So yeah, we'll just move on. What else? I guess I could check questions. I feel like I should do that. Let's see. Let's pull up Discord and see what questions we got. So we got. Oh, let me type this. Oh, here we go. All right. Well, since we just finished the fucking Abby, The Last of Us 2 talk, I'll go ahead and throw this in here. If Abby from The Last of Us 2 said, "Give me the dick or you dying," what you doing? Oh, Condoriano, you son of a bitch. If Abby from The Last of Us 2 said, "Give me the dick or you dying," what are you gonna do? We throwing hands. We throwing hands. We are abso-fucking-lutely throwing goddamn hands. You son of a bitch. I ain't giving you shit. Touch me, we throwing hands, baby. But guess what? I won't kill Abby. Ellie rekindled that father figure because of all the lies he told her previously. Trying to learn to forgive. Yeah, I only brought it back up because of that. What are your thoughts on The World Ends With You anime? I'm happy as shit. Please don't fuck it up. Please don't fuck it up. Please don't fuck it up. That's my thoughts on The World Ends With You anime adaptation. So Pokemon League of Legends, what are your thoughts? I'm glad it's not a remake, and I'm Gucci. What do you think about the people bitching about the fact that the announcement wasn't Johto, Let's Go, or Gen 4 remakes? The Let's Go games aren't good. It's a lazy way. All right, let's get into this. I almost forgot. I almost motherfucking forgot about this shit, bro. How could I forget? How could I motherfucking forget? Let's talk about this Djinn 4 or Let's Go Johto nonsense. Pokemon fans are garbage. Like, you're the same people who sat up here and said we don't that Game Freak can't be trusted, and they're not developing the games like they should. They're having poor structure and resources, and yet these bitches, as soon as a new announcement was announced, they were like, "Let it be Djinn 4 remakes." Why would you want that, knowing that the Djinn 3 remakes were bad? Well, I want it to be Let's Go Johto. Why would you want that? That's the same region you played back on the DS if you played the remakes, or back in Crystal Gold, Silver. The same company you guys dog the fuck out, and yet you want these repetitive ass games. I said it before last week, I'll say it again. Why is it that Game Freak is the only developer who's allowed to remake their old games every generation? I'm not talking about like once every 6 or 7 mainline games. No, I'm talking like they remake their main games every fucking generation, except for a few exceptions. It's either every generation or it's every other generation. So Gen 3 remade Gen 1. Gen 4 Gen 4 remade Gen 2. We had a gap between Gen 5. Gen 6 remade Gen 3. Then we hit Gen 7. And then we got the remakes of Gen 1 again. And people thought that that shit was okay. That was a lazy ass game. I don't care about the remake. I don't want a remaster either. New Pokemon Snap, cool, because that was a side series. I don't mind that shit. But when, as far as mainline games are concerned, especially with modern Pokemon development mentality, I need them to make good games. That's my main issue. I want them to make good games. And motherfuckers are so hung up on this remake shit. We don't need remakes at all. Not for a while. I don't even want them to touch Gen 4, at least. At the earliest, maybe Gen 9. At the latest, like Gen 11 or 10. It frustrates me because it's like, bro, you dog this company out. You say they ain't shit. They're not even old games. That's the other problem. And Let's Go is just cashing in on the same dumbass gimmick of the original games. Of the fucking app, the mobile, the phone. And I'm just like, bro, move the fuck on. To the point now that Go himself is a representative of that gameplay style, which fucking sucks. Go had things about it that were cool, but guess what? Catching Pokemon wasn't the most interesting thing. Well, they did remake Blue in a way. That's what Let's Go is. Let's Go is remaking Yellow, and then Leaf Green and Fire Red are remakes of technically Red and Blue. So technically, I look at it as Blue. Price for what? What do you mean price, Yusuf? Yeah, I mean main Pokemon games never actually have been on consoles until Sword and Shield, Moonbeam broke, releasing on Switch. Yeah, but to me, that's not an excuse to start remaking games. Like, I feel like Game Freak's excuse was based on, well, you can't trade to such and such console. And I'm like, okay, fine, I get it. But at that point, don't make brand new remakes. Like, I didn't mind Gen 1 and 2's remakes initially. And Gen 3, I was initially excited for. And then it came out, and I was like, man, that's so disappointing. Especially since Pokemon hasn't had insane advancements between gens. Actually, the most major advancement Pokemon has made between generations was like generations 1 through 6. And I'm only including 6 due to fucking fairy types. That's the only reason why I'm including 6. And that frustrates me. Also, I just think they could do better with their money than focusing on remakes. I would just focus on supporting the main games for a while. To me, that's a better investment. Also, because RPGs are never meant to come out this fucking frequently. I mean, Twizzlers. Listen, but we don't need Gen 4 remakes right now. Focus on the one game you already got. Focus on the one game you already got. Also, what happened to Pokemon Sleep? It went to bed permanently. It's so bad. That was such a bad joke. And then Crash 4 I already talked about. So we're gonna delete all those. But yeah, fucking stop asking for fucking remakes. Actually, Pokken 2 I'd totally be down for, bro. I 100% would be down for a Pokken 2. People had to like that game was ass, but like that's a better spin-off title than me getting the same fucking game over and over again. Let's see. I don't know if I answered all of Deku Tree's questions from last week, but I'll go through them real quickly again just in case. Thoughts on Pokemon Snap? Already talked about it. Without spoilers for Johto Journeys, for Pokemon Journeys, I'm sorry. Does it seem like Ash will fight the Galar gym leaders? God, I hope so. Do you think Pokemon Journeys will have a Galar specific arc? Probably. It'll probably be based off the DLC if I had to take a shot in the dark. What are your thoughts on Pokemon DLC? Short, disappointing in terms of story length. Yeah, but the problem is there's a bunch. What? Oh, God. I'm coming later. She's asked me to go eat. That's what she's asked me to do. But I still want to finish this stuff with you guys first. Oh yeah, the DLC real quick. Shorter than I wish it would be. There's a few little like things I've realized throughout playing it. For example, a couple things we noticed playing some of it last night is that uh you get some of the gym leaders show up in that area. Various ones. I've seen like at least four. I think I've seen at least four of them. I've seen Milo. I've seen Nessa. I've seen Raihan. I've seen B. I've seen like four of the gym leaders. So like the gym leaders show up. No, that's my mother, Elijah. That's not my girlfriend. I wish I had a girlfriend, but I don't. Um, but yeah, I've seen most of the gym leaders show up in that area, and also, at least from I have sword. So Clara, the DLC girl that you fight your DLC rival, she shows up in like raid battles. If you're using NPC, she tends to show up. That's cool as fuck to me already. There's like cool little things in there that I like. But yeah, the DLC overall is like, considering it's only meant to be 15, it's only the $15 and the Tundra is like the other $15. It's all right. It like barely passes for me. Partially because of it being um partially because you can kind of come back, you get the new Pokemon and everything. Like there are aspects of it that I enjoy, but it is disappointing. I can agree. If you thought it was disappointing, I can completely agree with that argument. And then the last question was, I never played Pokemon XD series. Do you think those would make for good remakes? Yes, because they're kind of different feeling games. So I would 100% agree. I'm down with a Coliseum remake. I'd rather you just give me a new Coliseum game in general and don't make it a remake. Just give me new games. I feel like we've gotten too stuck into the remake culture. I realistically would be 100% down for like a new Coliseum game. Also, actually, Pokemon Stadium, that's another one I'd be totally down for. Pokemon Stadium might be. I'd be totally down for it. I like the idea of having, but that's another one. I would just like a Stadium 3 where I can fight all the gym leaders from like Djinn's. I think Stadium 2 only did up to Djinn 2. So maybe give me a Stadium 4 that gives me all the gym leaders from 1 through 5. So I can fight 1 through 5 gym leaders, maybe with different stipulations, and maybe have like little breaks in between. Like, pretty much give me a game like Battle Revolution without being Battle Revolution, if that makes any sense. Because some people just want challenge. And like the main games don't have challenge to them, unfortunately. And that's kind of the fault of them trying to keep it kid friendly. But man, sometimes I just want to get my ass whooped or come up with interesting strategies to deal with NPCs. And so it's frustrating that the Game Freak is very stuck on this pseudo easy mode kind of gameplay style. So I'd totally be down for that too. Where they keep, yeah, exactly. That's what I look at. The main series are the easy games, and the Coliseum games are the hard games. But whether they'll actually do something like that, we'll see. We need to get them to try it and then support the shit out of the game if they do it. Lightning asked me when will I do online battles in Sword and Shield, which was funny because we literally did online battles last night, so it's kind of funny you even bring that up. What are your thoughts on protagonists of each Djinn? Most of them are pretty unmemorable because of them being silent protagonists, with a few exceptions in like Djinn 2 a little bit, Djinn 5, and then Djinn. I was gonna say either Djinn 7 or 8. I can't tell. I can't realistically. Those are like the only ones who stick out a lot to me. And do you think there should be an anime or manga story focused on masters, on them like masters? I'd be totally down for that. I've always been down for more Pokemon media, uh, exploring the other aspects of the series instead of just focusing on Ash. Like, I don't mind Ash, but like realistically, I think Game Freak needs to recognize not it's not just kids playing Pokemon. It hasn't been just kids in a while, actually. And you thought a lot of the changes they were making to competitive at the time kind of figured that out. Like, I would say up until Gen 5, they recognized that like their fan base was aging as far as growing. And then Gen 6 said, fuck all that. Gen 6, 7, and 8 said, fuck all that. It feels like they almost like reset and rebooted and wanted to start all over again. So Gen 8 is like relearning the issues that the earlier gens had already figured out. What anime studio do I think? Okay, so there's two anime related questions. The first one is what studio do I want to animate The World Ends With You? And then the other one is what anime studio do I wish animated Black Clover? Studio Period can do good work. Studio Period just needs to give that team funding and, most importantly, time. One Piece's anime was incredibly inconsistent. But when you get the right motherfuckers in those chairs, you're Gucci. That's all Black Clover needs is the right motherfucker in the right chair. And The World Ends With You, I don't really care who animates it per se, as much as I care about proper time and budget. As long as you do those things, I'm Gucci. So that's the answer to both of those questions. It needs to be under a studio that knows how to manage their time and resources. Red is overrated, but he also isn't used like crazy, so I don't mind him as much. But he's getting to that point where I'm kind of like tired of him, so I'm not gonna sit here and deny that he has his isms. So he needs to chill out. That's the short version. Knowing how this is gonna go, he's probably not going to, but you know, it'd be nice if he did. It'd be very, very nice if he did. He has no character outside of the manga, but they keep fucking using him. That's the main problem. Actually, that's probably true. But see, Boruto makes money off of the name of Naruto, so it will always have that bullshit behind it no matter what. And it makes me angry, but unfortunately, I don't have any control over it. So I just have to deal with it, which fucking sucks. But I gotta deal with it. I also didn't. I guess I'll quickly talk about Cyberpunk, and then I'll talk a little bit about Marvel. Marvel still doesn't look great to me. That combat looks really basic. Uh Marvel does not look good to me. Like Avengers does not look good to me whatsoever. And I'm just like super uninterested. Maybe that's just me. That's just the vibe I get from it. There's nothing like of note going on. I guess that's like my main issue with it. Which is why I think it's weird. It has like fucking RPG elements to it. Yeah, Bleach is only gonna be worse. And I feel bad because the only thing I can look forward to in the Bleach adaptation is the fights. If they fuck up those fights, Studio Paragon needs to hang that shit up or reprioritize because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. But yeah, Marvel's Avengers does not look that interesting to me personally. I'm curious what you guys think, but like literally, like it's just kind of basic ass. I don't even know how to describe what my problem is with it. I guess the best way to describe it would be it looks bland. It's like the same, like ironically enough, as much as people shit on Ultimate Alliance series, Ultimate Alliance 3, I know people have their problems with that game, but Ultimate Alliance 3, it almost seems like it has the same combat style as Ultimate Alliance 3. And then, but like in a high budget title. And it doesn't make any fucking sense why it's like that. Also, what's up, Earth Turd? I played a little bit of Ninjala. I heard it's pretty fun. I just haven't played enough of it. I've been kind of busy with other things, whether it was work or whatever. Yo, yeah, Ichigo doesn't. I did hear about that, but we'll see what they actually end up doing. But yeah, fucking ah, only time will tell. That's the best way to describe it. I'm also looking currently at Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay footage because I have not seen much of it. This game, I don't know if it's just me, but this game looks like it went through some sort of downgrade to me personally because it's not a lot to it. It's just like another shooting game. To be fair, in Cyberpunk we hadn't seen any gameplay of, so I'm glad to see gameplay of it, but it's not. I don't know if it's just me, but Cyberpunk does not look overly engaging. But once again, that could be me. But I know Marvel definitely doesn't. And it runs at the same frame rate. Yeah. That's literally what it is. What's my thoughts on the latest chapter of Black Clover? I'm surprised somebody didn't die. That's what I'll say about that, Zachary. I thought they were definitely the running theme in Black Clover, at least currently, is that all the main characters are getting their asses whooped at the end of like in this beginning part of the arc. By the way, we're not even in the main part of the arc, and we got all the main characters losing. I'm surprised that they didn't kill her. That's all I'm gonna say. Surprised they didn't kill her. Cyberpunk just doesn't look overly interesting to me, I guess. It's like priding itself on like its graphics and realism. And like the game looks good. I'm not gonna downgrade it, but like it doesn't look interesting. I guess like that's like my main issue. Ironically enough, moving into the next gen, is that we're doing a lot of like whatever situations. I guess is the best way to describe it. Like it's like we're doing the same gameplay, it just looks prettier. Wouldn't surprise me if Cyberpunk gets delayed again. But it definitely doesn't look that intriguing. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. But yeah, Marvel Avengers looks like Ultimate Alliance with a bigger budget. And even then, I actually think it does it worse. Because at least Ultimate Alliance is at least as cartoony. I mean, not cartoony. I should have said arcadey. That's what I meant to say. At least Ultimate Alliance is arcadey. This game looks like it's trying to take itself so fucking seriously, and I just don't care. I don't care, man. Well, I mean, that's a fair argument, bad latency. Some people like the cartoony look of the characters versus their like realistic looks. I think Cyberpunk 2077 is supposed to be like a GTA game. That's the vibe I get from it. That it's a GTA game, but it's like futuristic and more realistic. And it looks great, but it's not anything overly like engaging. I don't know. I don't know what people's thoughts are on Cyberpunk. It just doesn't look overly engaging to me. In regards to Cyberpunk, they have always said this does not represent the final look of the game. Yeah, but that just tells me Cyberpunk was never meant to be a PlayStation 4 game. This shit seems like it was supposed to be a PS5, Xbox Series X kind of game. Yeah, also it also like I don't even know like oh we're gonna add new characters. I remember Square saying that during E3. We're gonna add new characters to Marvel Ultimate Line. I mean to Marvel's Avengers, and I was like, bro, in that gameplay where I'm just doing like if anyone saw the Thor gameplay, he's literally just doing a 3-hit combo. Huh, 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 yeah, yeah, huh, 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 yeah, huh. That's what he's doing. And then I can change costumes. Ooh, look at all the cool costumes I can change. There probably will not be a new mainline Sonic this year. And I'm just kind of like, Marvel looks super fucking underwhelming. But I didn't think it was going to look crazy anyway. They've only been showing off like the main Avengers cast, and there was nothing like of interest going on. Yeah, fucking Cyberpunk looks like a GTA game. I think Cyberpunk is meant to be like a GTA game. It is a futuristic GTA game. That is like the entire vibe I get from it. With maybe more interesting dialogue options. Why is this game in first person? No idea, but whatever. But I think that's pretty much. Yeah, so I figure our Resident Evil 8 is probably not going to be for current gen. I hope other devs don't do the same thing and get people to buy next gen consoles. No, I'll just buy it on PC. You ain't gonna get me caught up on some bullshit. I'll play that shit on I'll buy it on PC first. Although I'm not even interested in the way Resident Evil 8 looks anyway. The first person games have definitely never been my like anything overly exciting for me personally. But yeah, Cyberpunk literally looks like GTA. It just looks like a higher end GTA. Whether that's gonna be something crazy or amazing, we'll see. But God, that doesn't do not for me because GTA isn't interesting to me anymore. So we'll see. But yeah, Marvel looks super underwhelming. I have no interest in that. Cyberpunk looks like GTA, which doesn't do it a lot of favors for me personally because I don't give a fuck about GTA. And yeah, so I think we'll leave it at that because I have to go eat dinner because I want to get fed. And obviously, a real dinner isn't a bunch of fucking Twizzlers, so we gotta do better. Oh, Sony probably did. I mean, Sony's been money hatting this gen anyway, so that didn't surprise me. But I think I'm gonna get out of here, guys. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank the 21 people who stuck around to the end. And thank you guys for watching the playback for the ones who do. Like I said, if you want to be a part of the Husbando and Waifu podcast, which will be episode 50, message me on Discord, which the link is in the description, to join the Discord and ask questions and be a part of the community. Probably going to still work on the new channel, which I'll probably let you guys know the name of in the next few weeks. What I'm about to go do after this lightning is I'm going to eat dinner. Then I'm going to watch the Pokemon episode because I got to review that lightning. And then I'm probably going to take a shower. I have to go to sleep early because of my summer schedule now. So I won't be able to do any gaming like I want to. Hence why Xenoblade is still on the back burner and why I haven't bought SpongeBob yet. I just need time. Although this upcoming weekend should be better because I'll be off Monday due to 4th of July. So this weekend I have a better time of doing stuff. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. This has been your boy, the insane gang. Gang. Reek. Hey, what is a reek? Hey, what is a reek? Hey, what is a reek? All right, peace. Peace. Yeah, the Husbando Waifu Podcast, episode 50. If you want to join, where we're going to just geek out about waifus and husbandos, that's all you got. Anyways, loves the game, play to win, and I will catch you guys later. Peace. Oh, I gotta say peace. Oh no.